Hey everyone, welcome back to SignalStream Gaming. Today we are excited to review the all-new version 1.8.86 for all Starfield enthusiasts. This update follows the recent betas, versions 1.8.83 and 1.8.84, and includes some of the most requested enhancements and fixes. It addresses some lingering issues from the betas, including DLSS features not holding the selected preset, improved display settings, corrected visual blur effects, and camera issues. Stay with me until the end, where I'll share some persistent bugs that I've come across, like a bug in Jemisen and a stalled mission progression. Version 1.8.86 is packed with multiple fixes and improvements across performance and stability, gameplay, graphics, and quests. Highlights include further refinements to DLSS, enhanced HDR brightness and contrast adjustments, and continued ability to eat the food placed in the world. Remember that while the previous Starfield betas required separate downloads and came with certain restrictions, version 1.8.86 is a full release update. It's a simple process to update on Steam. Xbox Game Pass members should see this update automatically, depending on their settings. Before we dive into all the changes, let's talk about one feature that has been a game changer for many: the ability to ingest food and drink items upon finding them in the environment. Bethesda's decision to include this by popular demand shows their commitment to listening to player feedback. Bethesda says, by popular request, we have added the ability to ingest food and drink items upon finding them in the environment. You can enjoy those chunks immediately or save them for later. I have left many food items behind because it was too much effort to have to go through my inventory just to consume them. Without a doubt, one of my favorite improvements.
Finally.
See, even Barrett agrees. Next up, one of the most anticipated updates that this version includes is NVIDIA DLSS support for PCs. Let's take a quick look at some of the DLSS options, as we have several options in the menu, as you can see. There are a number of performance and stability improvements that addresses multiple memory issues and leaks, GPU performance optimizations, and improved renderer threading model, improving CPU usage. I've noticed a vast improvement in stability, increased frame rate, with no loss of visual quality. Starfield looks more beautiful than ever. Now let's go over the gameplay fixes. Added the ability to eat the food placed in the world. Adjusted stealth to be a bit more forgiving. This is a good one for those who like the stealth playstyle. It should be helpful in any situation that requires some stealth. There was this weird issue where Andrea's head would stay permanently cloaked. This happened to me a few times. I was always able to remediate the issue by stopping and restarting the game. Another is an issue that could prevent players from firing their weapons. Fixed issues where some NPCs could be seen not wearing clothes. Here is an example, where we have an NPC who forgot to gear up before heading out to Mars's harsh environment, and doing just fine, I might say. Ignorance is bliss. Another issue where already in-progress skill challenges could stop progressing after reaching the Unity and starting a new game. One that could temporarily prevent opening the inventory or saving after entering the Unity. On PCs where mouse movement could be choppy, there was a rare issue that could cause the home ship to be lost. Last, an issue where the ship's services technician might be missing. Fixed an issue where occasionally the camera could shake incorrectly during traveling, grav jumping, docking, or landing transitions. Onto the graphics category. Addressed an issue with how ambient occlusion appeared in ultra-wide resolutions. Optimized initial shader compilation that occurs on startup. For the next two features, I had wondered why they weren't included at release. I'm glad to see they're now part of this beta. Added the ability to adjust brightness and contrast in the display settings menu. Added the ability to adjust HDR brightness provided that the system supports it. Xbox and Windows 11 only. Here are the rest in the graphics category. Addressed a number of materials that could sometimes present an unintended pattern under certain conditions. Various visual issues related to the new FOV slider options were also fixed. Improved the appearance of the eyes on crowd characters. I was able to confirm this fix by observing many of the NPCs' eyes, so no more funny eyes. Addressed a number of minor visual issues related to lighting, shadows, terrain, and vegetation. The betas introduced DLSS visual issues, which are now addressed. And the final category of improvements and fixes is for quests. Fellow space explorers will be happy to see some of these fixes, as they may impede progress for various missions. I have them up on the screen for you to review. Personally, I haven't encountered any of these issues, but let me know if you were waiting for any of these quest fixes. While the latest update has polished many corners of the Starfield universe, some relics of digital space remain unaltered. As we navigate towards the Jemisen spaceport and near the checkpoint, an expected hub of activity, we're met with a curious sight. There's a void where the ground should be, a window into the world's core, a bug that has stood the test of time and updates. This visual quirk reveals what lies beneath the surface we roam. The terrain simply fails to render, leaving a gaping hole. NPCs don't seem to be fazed much by this, stepping in without hesitation or concern for their safety. It invites the brave to explore its depths. After your descent into this unexpected void, you'll find that it's not just the ground that's missing. Entire textures are absent, leaving behind swathes of emptiness where detailed environments should be. Once done exploring the area, you can find a path leading back to the surface, or leverage your trusty jetpack to return to the rendered world. The search for a fix continues, with each patch note scoured, and yet this anomaly persists. Have you brushed against this rough edge of our universe, or stumbled upon other lingering quirks in your travels? Your encounters, shared in the comments, become beacons for fellow adventurers and a guide for those who craft our cosmic odyssey. Another issue that I've encountered involves the mysterious disappearance of the Galbank ship Legacy, rumored to carry a lost fortune. Unfortunately, it seems a bug is preventing some players from progressing through the related missions leading up to this one. After passing over the audio slate in the mission Echoes of the Past, you'll receive more information on how to find this elusive Galbank ship that Crix was after. Delgado concludes that Galbank may know the whereabouts of their lost ship and tasks you with infiltrating a Starliner, where a Galbank executive is aboard. Your mission: acquire his credentials and sneak into the archives on New Atlantis. The final step in Echoes of the Past is to return to the Sol System, rendezvous with the UC Vigilance, and report your mission status to Commander Ikabe. This should lead us to the next Crimson Fleet mission, Breaking the Bank. But for some, it frustratingly does not. And that's it for now, fellow space explorers. Have you tried out the latest updates? Have you encountered similar bugs as I have? Share your experiences in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay updated on all things Starfield. Until next time, keep your eyes on the stars.
I am grateful for our time together, always.
If something's on your mind, you can tell me. No, we done talking already.